Hello and welcome to Rockwell Automation Park for the round 16 match of the round of the National Premier League. Today we have Weston Workers hosting Charlestown City Blues. A lot's at stake in this game. A Weston win would take them to within possibly 1 point of first position. However, a loss could see both sides slip out of the top 5. We'll just run you through the lineups for today. In goals for Weston, number 1, Tim Pratt. Number 2, Nathan Morris. Number 3, Robbie Turnbull. Number 4, Brock Oakley. Number 6, Jason Cowburn. Number 7, Liam Thornton. Number 8, Connor Evans. Number 10, Gary McDermott. Number 13, Carl Thornton. Number 16, Zach Snedden. And number 31, Robert Macbeth. On the bench for the side, Michael Ryan, number 9. Jamie Subat, number 11. Thomas Spear, number 15, Jake Barner, number 17, and James Wand, the reserve keeper, number 20. For Charlestown, in goals, number 30, Andrew Goldman, number 3, Cameron Salini, number 4, Kane Goodchild, number 5, Ben Hughes, number 6, Rennie Ferguson, number 7, Mitchell Harper, number 8, Matt Tull, number 10, Josh Maguire, number 12, Jared Ross, number 13, Scott Smith. Number 14, Daniel Bird. On the bench for the side, number 9, Troy Hearfield. Number 15, Josh Miner. Number 20, Josh Hall. And number 44, Kyle Predabon. Just going to cross now to Gary Fisher, who's just going to run you through some of the junior scores from today.
Thanks, Blake. Welcome everyone to Bar TV Live. Just some results from earlier games today in the National Premier League in the under-19s. Magic and Lakes had a 2-2 draw. Weston 2 beat Charlestown 1. Edgy 4 beat Adamstown 0. And South Cardiff yesterday beat Lambton 1-0. In the under-22s, the Blues beat Charlestown Blues, that is, beat Weston 2-0. Magic 2 beat Lakes 1. Edgeworth 4 beat Adamstown 0. And yesterday South Cardiff beat the Jaffas 1-0. The other result from first grade yesterday, South Cardiff 2 defeated Lambton Jaffas 1. And for all viewers, Hamilton Olympic and the Newcastle Jets in first grade will take place at 4:30 this afternoon. On this game, Blake, first round live on Bar TV, was a classic 3-3 result. 2 penalties to Weston late in the game made the score a draw. Today, similar situation. Kane Goodchild and Scott Smith for Charlestown are the keys. Prolific goal scorers for that club and again for this season. So look for them to feature prominently. For Weston, Rob Macbeth, who was on an overseas trip, is back in first grade for his first start this year. Jason Cowburn up front and Gary McDermott along with Connor Evans are the keys. Weston last week got out to a 4-0 lead against Adamstown very early and suffered some injuries during the course of the game. Ended up winning 4-1 for Charlestown. They come off a 1-0 loss against South Cardiff. Should be a classic.
Weston running from right to left on your screens, about to kick us off. And the game's underway. Brock Oakley just turns over possession there. Weston win it back though. Nathan Morris to Brock Oakley. Jason Cowburn there wins the foul for Weston, just behind halfway. Morris onto Carl Thornton. Carl Thornton to Liam Thornton. Weston win the throw in. Carl Thornton on the ball now. Along the back line to Nathan Morris. Zach Snedden looks long for Gary McDermott. Collected by Andrew Goldman though.
Weston looked to be playing quite a high line in attack. 4-4-2 common formation by the look of it, with Rob Macbeth on the left-hand side wide and Robbie Turnbull on the right.
Speaking to Steve Piggott and Darren Sills, the assistant coach of Weston, they trialled the 4-4-2 system some weeks ago and have had great success picking up 2 wins using it, so why not stick with it? That's what they've done here today, as Gaz has just mentioned. Be hoping to make it 3. Tim Pratt with the ball now. On to Morris.
Just to change to that, it looks like Liam Thornton is playing higher on the left and Rob Macbeth is playing at left fullback. So, well, maybe they're agreeing to swap over as the game develops.
Jason Cowburn, the ball out wide. McDermott with the cross in, back looking for Cowburn. Connor Evans gives away a foul inside the box. Promising signs though from Weston earlier on.
Yeah, nice cross in by Robbie Turnbull there. Just for Bar TV viewers, we'll be updating everyone on the NPL scores around the ground, and also the big clash in the new FM First Division today between Maitland and Valentine. Everyone talking about it. It's the game for the promotion to the NPL next year. That score currently is 0-0 after 10 minutes. So stay tuned to Bar TV for all the scores.
Scott Smith there just caught offside. Pressure relieved for Weston. Brock Oakley restarts onto Morris. Morris to Carl Thornton. Thornton back to Morris. Brock Oakley all the way back to Pratt. Goes long looking for Connor Evans. Flicked on. Good interception there by Ben Hughes. Hughes again with the ball. Mitchell Harper.
Look for Kane Goodchild to get back into the midfield and receive the balls off the fullbacks. Does that very well, then turns and tries to play a wide man in. We'll look to play Scott Smith later.
Well won there by Jason Cowburn. Wins his side a throw in. Interesting over here on the left-hand side, Gaz, with Liam Thornton and Robbie Macbeth. Look to be constantly switching.
Yeah, well, I know Liam Thornton traditionally a left fullback role, but has played on that wide side in midfield the last couple of games. But with Rob Macbeth's inclusion today, traditionally a midfielder, Rob, so I'm sure during the course of the game they'll swap constantly.
Goldman with the ball now. Looks long. Handball there and Weston win a free kick.
That's what Weston need to be aware of. The combination between Goodchild and Smith is outstanding. As we said in the preview, both prolific goal scorers for Charlestown, and they know each other's game inside out.
Connor Evans on the ball now. Back to Carl Thornton. Out to Morris. Morris looking long for McDermott, but just a little bit too far. Goldman collects.
With an early score from the Lake Macquarie Magic game. Magic lead Lakes 1-0. Chris Berlin scored a header off a corner. So Magic 1, Lakes 0.
Brock Oakley with a chipped ball over the top. Can only find Ben Hughes. Hughes looks long and finds Scott Smith. Cellini. Ben Hughes on the ball now. Out to Mitchell Harper. On to Daniel Bird now.
He's got around Liam Thornton there.
Daniel Bird continues his run, has Carl Thornton in front of him. Well defended by Carl Thornton. Puts the ball out for a Charlestown throw-in in a good area, Gaz.
Great area. Great run by Daniel Bird. Played it in and away and got around Liam Thornton, but brother Carl equal to the task in the defensive line and stopped the inroad. The Smiths on, good child on the ball now.
Mitchell Harper. Daniel Bird with the ball into the box. Not completely cleared by Weston. Content to play it out.
Yeah, Weston got themselves in trouble there. Tried to play it out from the back. Probably the safer option was to put the foot through the ball and start again, but throw into Charlestown.
Good win there from Connor Evans. Good child onto Josh Maguire. Attempted cross. Easily caught by Tim Pratt. Restarts immediately onto Morris. Morris goes long looking for Connor Evans. Cameron Cellini there gives away a foul. Just going through the back of Evans.
So it's a little far out for the dead ball specialist Nathan Morris. Looks like Connor Evans is content just to play.
Steading onto Carl Thornton. Liam Thornton with the ball now. Dispossessed. Weston still with it though. Good little flick on there by Jason Cowburn.
McDermott!
Gary McDermott on hand to finish it off. What a goal.
Yeah, great interaction play there. It started by Zach Snedden. Good interaction with Connor Evans, and then a nice flick to Cowburn, who played in Gary McDermott, and a lovely finish. 1-0 to Weston. All came about through short, sharp, quick passing. Great vision from McDermott with the run and Cowburn with the pass.
Let's see how Charlestown respond now. Be interesting to see if they can pull one back or if Weston can go on with the lead. Here they are now though. Again, desperate defence from Weston. Forces a corner. Captain Josh Maguire whips in the corner. Jared Ross that was with the shot. Charlestown have to start again. Harper onto Ross. Ben Hughes on the ball now. Kane Goodchild wins a free kick in a good area for Charlestown.
Yeah, Carl Thornton into the back of the attacker there. Smith. Good area for Charlestown City Blues to hit back here.
Number of players standing over the ball here.
With 25 yards out. But imagining Scott Smith will take this, but as you said, Blake, a few players over the ball. Nope.
Josh Maguire with the ball now after the ball from Ben Hughes.
Yeah,
wins
Benny
a corner
Hughes
for
took it,
Charlestown.
won the corner.
Maguire whips in the corner. Cleared by Robbie Turnbull, but Jared Ross whips in another ball. Goodchild with the header on. Just over the crossbar. Good early reply from Charlestown after going down.
Yeah, early hit back by Charlestown. Good sustained pressure there for a decent period. Weston now look to play this out from the back.
Morris with a long ball, looking for Connor Evans. Evans
Got in
get
around
there,
the keeper.
beats Goldman, squares it up a ball.
He scored!
Connor Evans looked to square it up, but it found its way into the back of the net off the left upright. Weston go ahead 2-0 after 13 and a half minutes. The Bears inspired today.
Well, freakish goal there. Long ball put through by Nathan Morris. Found Connor Evans, got in and behind his defender. And that, as you said, Blake, in the call, looked like he was trying to square it up for one of the two runners coming through. But it's hit the inside of the back post and rolled over the line. 2-0.
Sten with the ball now. Back to Morris. Morris all the way back to Pratt. Connor Evans with the ball now. Goldman finds Tull. Tull back to Ross, inside to Ben Hughes. Hughes fouled there by Connor Evans. Rennie Ferguson with the ball now in the left corner for Charlestown. Being defended by Brock Oakley. Good work from Ferguson. Wins his side of corner there.
Yeah, Charlestown looking to reply with a long ball there to Rennie Ferguson. He's won a corner out of the battle with Brock Oakley.
Josh Maguire will whip this one in with the right boot. Goodchild gets up, but Pratt punches clear. Only to Mitchell Harper. Ball fell to him 25 yards out. A good volley, but just over the crossbar.
Yeah, he hit it well enough, Blake, but as you said, over the crossbar. Was on target if it dipped a fair bit, but Pratt there equal to the task from the corner, punching the ball away. It's Western play up long again.
Good win there by Liam Thornton. Connor Evans is away here. Chooses to hold the ball up and wait for numbers.
Be a free kick.
Fouled by Daniel Bird.
I think we'll find Nathan Morris come up and take this one, Blake.
Certainly looks to be that way, Gaz. As we've found out in previous weeks, we know he can hit a ball from the free kick. Let's see what he has in store here. Steps up. Drives a shot into the wall. Charlestown look to immediately break, but give away possession.
Yeah, Morris would be disappointed with that. Prides himself on at least hitting the target, and that one was into the wall. Nathan goes long again, trying to find Cowburn this time. Goal kick. Ironically, Blake, with the NPL this year, how close it is. We were discussing it before the game, but prior to this weekend's rounds, 4 teams could have been relegated. Out of those 4 teams, 3 of them could still make the final series. So intensely close competition, and that applies through the 22s and 19s grades as well. Very close competition.
Positive signs for those 3 sides as well, Gaz, with South Cardiff getting up yesterday. Broadmeadow going ahead at Lake Macquarie. Hypothetically, if Broadmeadow and Adamstown win today, the last 2 rounds are going to be very interesting. Further up the table, though, if Weston can maintain their lead, they have the ability to finish 1 behind first. A win would guarantee them second, but with the Jets Youth playing today at 4:30, anything's possible.
Yeah, it becomes an all-important game for Hamilton if Weston do win here today, or if Charlestown get a result out of the game. It's just makes it a cluster of clubs in the race for the semis.
Back to the action here. Robbie Turnbull dispossessed there by Ross. Ross looks to start a counter-attack. Brock Oakley gives away a foul on Rennie Ferguson down the left-hand side. Ross will whip this corner into the box. Can only find the head of Robbie Turnbull. Turnbull clears, looking for Cowburn. Well done at the back, though, by Cameron Salini. Ben Hughes. Good work there from Jared Ross. Wins his side another corner.
Getting plenty of corner practice from that side at the moment, the Charlestown City Blues. This would be their 4th from that side. We've already had 1 or 2 from the other side as well, so failed to capitalise so far, though.
Tim Pratt again up to the task. A good ball in. Rennie Ferguson leapt, but Pratt too good. Restarts looking for Connor Evans.
Finds his opposing keeper in Andrew Goldman.
Jared Ross there with the attempted long ball. Could only find its way to Tim Pratt. Pratt finds Evans this time. McDermott onto Turnbull.
Great run by McDermott there.
Good little 1-2. Then a cut back to Connor Evans. McDermott again. Looking for Cowburn. Good play there by Weston. Looking extremely dangerous. Connor Evans, McDermott and Turnbull. Brock Oakley now. Finds Robbie Macbeth. Connor Evans comes away with the ball again.
Evans shoots. Ooh. Took a deflection there.
Just said Connor Evans is looking dangerous, and there he goes again, nearly tripling the size lead. Already scored 1 today, so he's be feeling confident down there.
Pretty sure that was on target. Just took a deflection off a defender there. Enterprising play by Weston. Great sustained pressure. Well controlled passing game. In the front third, they're looking very dangerous.
Short corner now with Evans on the ball. Looking for a number of plays in the box, but cleared by Charlestown. Nathan Morris with the ball now. Out to Zach Snedden. Snedden with the cross. Look to be Cowburn. Get the header away, but not enough power on the shot. Goldman restarts immediately to Jared Ross. Ferguson looks long for Scott Smith. But Carl Thornton clears. Maguire on the ball now for Charlestown. Ben Hughes, a long ball, finds Mitchell Harper. Harper has Bird to his right and plays him. Bird with a good cut inside. Onto Tull. Tull back to Bird. Good work there from Jason Cowburn to dispossess Harper. Liam Thornton goes long, looking for Evans. Good try with the ball now. Into the path of Scott Smith. Carl Thornton clears. And Charlestown get a throw in. Again in a good area.
Good battle developing between the two number 13s on the park, Scott Smith and Carl Thornton.
Tim Pratt looks to be in some pain after leaping there and being upended.
Yeah, just the two 13s, a prolific scorer in Smith and one of the best defenders in the competition in Carl Thornton. So will be an interesting battle throughout the course of the afternoon. Just repeating for viewers who may just have joined us, Magic currently lead Lakes 1-0 at Macquarie Field. Edgeworth and Adamstown are at 0-0, and in the first division clash between Maitland and Valentine, that score remains at 0-0 after 20 minutes. Maitland apparently missed a golden opportunity through Matt Toohey to go to the lead, missed an open goal with a header, so still 0-0. That particular first division clash will go a long way towards deciding.
Back to the action here though, Gaz. Sorry to cut you off.
No, stop there, Blake. Great play by Charlestown.
Bird just played a good ball into the path of Scott Smith. His shot was saved and he was tackled rather, and then Bird had his shot saved. But now Weston break away with Gary McDermott down the right hand side. Has Beth steaming into the box but can't find him. Pressure not gone as Robbie Turnbull looks for a cross. Zach Snedden with the ball now. Back to Turnbull. Turnbull and the front men not on the same page there. And danger relieved for Charlestown. Good child now with the ball. Good defending there by Carl Thornton. And Robbie Beth keeps the ball from going out for a throw-in. Connor Evans now wins the foul for Weston.
Yeah, Weston looking to play long balls from their own half into either Cowburn, Evans, Turnbull, and then look to keep the ball with short, sharp passing in their front third. So different game plan by the Bears today. Charlestown intent on knocking it around and trying to play in their key men up front in Goodchild and Smith. Just had a score from Edgeworth. Adamstown lead Edgeworth 1-0.
Good child with the ball now. Wins a foul for Charlestown. Just quickly, Gaz, expanding on what you just said with Adamstown leading Edgeworth. We know Adamstown inflicted Edgeworth's first loss of this season. They'll be looking to make it 2 from 2.
Yeah, that's true, Blake. Adamstown's form since that loss has been patchy at best, so interesting battle there.
As we met,
Scott Smith almost had a chance to put something on goal there, but couldn't quite get to the ball.
Nathan Morris looking long for Cowburn. Cowburn with the flick on and Turnbull gets there. Cleared though by Ben Hughes. Ross comes away with it now. Rennie Ferguson looking to turn Oakley, and Oakley just fouls him just behind halfway. Charlestown free kick. Ben Hughes on the ball now. Harper to Bird. Bird back inside to Tull. Josh Maguire loses out in a challenge with Gary McDermott, but Goldman now with the ball. Salini out to Ross. Ferguson there gets the better of Oakley, whips the ball into the box.
Again, Goodchild back there helping out in defence. Will now look to receive the ball off the defender.
Weston now with a 3-on-2 chance. Cowburn looks to get the better of Goldman.
Yeah, he sighted Andrew Goldman off his line there and obviously went to try and play over the top, but was shot well offline.
Goldman, in attempting to get to the ball, looks to have injured himself. Looks to be holding his right leg. Still limping around at the back there, Goldman, but back to the action. Turnbull wins a header. Connor Evans onto McDermott. Looking for Macbeth. Bird now.
This will be a card, I would imagine. Nope. Thought the referee did indicate he was going to his pocket there, but just a caution for Daniel Bird.
Morris with a good ball finding Cowburn. Cowburn with a looped ball over the top looking for Macbeth. Goldman goes long. Good child with the ball now. Onto Maguire. Maguire
Nice
back
play
to
by
Goodchild.
Charlestown.
As you said, Gaz, good play by Charlestown. A chance nearly opened up there, but Goodchild's pass intercepted.
Yeah, Kane was trying to play Josh Maguire in, who'd made a run through from the midfield.
Bird now with a cut back. Well defended by Nathan Morris. Bird will get that card that we were talking
now
about,
for
Gaz.
Daniel Bird. think now Zach Snedden will receive a card as well.
Just going through the back of Tull there.
Yeah, going for the header, but went straight through the back of Matt Tull there, so probably a deserved yellow.
Carl Thornton clears and finds Cowburn. Snedden now looking for Connor Evans, but well defended by Ben Hughes. Goldman restarts immediately onto Ross. Ross with Cellini making a good run ahead of him. Chooses to hold the ball up inside to Tull. Ferguson there looking for the run of Cellini, but can only find the sideline.
Blake in the new FM First Division match between Maitland and Valentine. Maitland 1, lead Valentine 0. A goal to Harry Maguire, former NBN First Division player. So Maitland 1, Valentine 0, nearing half-time.
Interesting there at Cook Square Park. Back to the action here. As you're probably aware, 33 and a half minutes have gone here at Rockwell Automation Park. Weston leading Charlestown City Blues 2-0. Charlestown look to be making their first substitution of the match here.
It's going to be the keeper, Andrew Goldman, Blake.
Yeah, we saw Goldman pick up an injury when not long ago Cowburn looked for the chip. Hasn't looked free since then. And
be Kyle Predidon coming on. Yeah, I'd say he's twins to hamstring, as you alluded to there, Blake, in that Jason Cowburn shot.
A good chance for Predibon to state his case in the first grade side. In saying that, though, we hope the injury to Goldman isn't too serious, that we see him back in action next week. Back to the action, though. Liam Thornton looking for Jason Cowburn, but just a little too long.
As you said, Blake, Predidon, young and up-and-coming keeper, and Andrew Goldman, somewhat veteran in the keeping ranks, so good opportunity for the young man. We wish Andrew all the best, though. There's a vicious shot there from Matt Toll, is blocked by the defence.
Good shot on the ball now. Good defending by Zach Snedden.
Yeah, great defending by Snedden there.
Does well again to keep the ball in. Back to Carl Thornton. Thornton to Morris. Ben Hughes fouled there by Jason Cowburn. Charlestown win a free kick just in front of halfway. Hughes goes quick to Tull. Harper on the ball now. to Bird. Back to Harper. On to Goodchild. Goodchild finds Maguire. Maguire with a good turn.
Yeah, good battle between the two 10s there, Maguire and McDermott, the two Maccas. The free kick given away by Gary McDermott. Josh Maguire stands over the ball now.
Scott Smith with the header back into the box. Looking for Ferguson. Cleared though. Maguire knocks the ball into the box, but Weston win a foul inside their 18-yard box. Tim Pratt looks long for Cowburn. Cowburn gives away the foul on Cellini. Not happy with the decision and begins to argue. Now he's going to get a talking to from the ref.
Yeah, I think he's just saying to Jason that he's questioning every decision he makes, so that's enough.
That was Ross there, looking to cross that ball into the box. Well defended by Cowburn. Ross now restarts with the throwing back to Ben Hughes. Ross again with a good cross. Goodchild.
Great cross by Jared Ross.
Goodchild rises with the header and just can't get on top of it. Heads over the bar for a goal kick.
At half-time in the Maitland-Valentine clash in the New FM First Division competition, it's Maitland 1 leading Valentine 0.
Again, Pratt goes long looking for Cowburn. Cowburn wins his side a free kick. Four and a half minutes remain in the first half. Weston still lead 2-0 thanks to the goals by McDermott and Evans. Morris now with a good free kick, looking for Macbeth, who squared it up just too close to the keeper though, and well saved.
Yeah, I was just going to add there, Rob Macbeth did well there to get to that and keep it in, but well saved by the young keeper. Updated score from Macquarie Field. Broadmeadow Magic 2 through a penalty to Reece Tippett, lead Lakes 0.
Bird on the ball now for Charlestown. Evans.
I'm sure Daniel Bird there thought Connor Evans was one of his teammates making that run. Blake, beautiful ball to him, but
Jared Ross on the ball for Charlestown. Onto Ferguson. Ferguson skips past Brock Oakley. Chips in across. Cleared though by Weston. Evans with a good header onto Jason Cowburn.
Cowburn won't have the pace to go here. He'll have to play Evans in, which
Evans
he does ideally. 1-on-1 with the keeper.
Evans
Oh,
holds the ball up and whips in across. No one there though.
I think if Connor Evans had his time over again, he would have taken the shot there. 1-on-1 with the keeper. 99 times out of 100, you'd take the shot.
You definitely would.
But the young keeper did quite well there, though, Blake. Prediabon came out, negated the attack. But still, Connor probably should have got the shot away.
Carl Thornton will go all the way back to Tim Pratt. Pratt clears long. Evans adjudged to be offside. Charlestown restart. Harper now. Bird back to Harper. Scott Smith with a good turn. Finding Tull, who plays Good Child. Good Child looking for Maguire, but gives away the ball. Cowburn now with the ball. On to Macbeth. Macbeth back to McDermott.
So it might be a card here now to Jason Cowburn.
Turnbull finds Evans. 40 seconds left of normal time remaining in the half. Maguire now. Weston happy just to keep the ball down in Charlestown's half. Harper now. Good Child. Maguire was making a good run there in behind, but Good Child goes himself. Bird now with the ball. Good defence again by Liam Thornton.
Yeah, good strong play there by Kane Goodchild. Beat a couple of players, played in Bird. Still on the attack though, Charlestown.
Good Child looking for the cross. Oakley, while attempting to clear, nearly puts the ball into his own net. Would have been a cracking shot had it been down the other end.
I think Oakley and Pratt there were having heart palpitations for a short while.
Pratt again, up to the task and
It's Weston break here, Blake.
restarts quickly to Turnbull. Turnbull with the final kick of the half though. Weston going to the break, leading 2-0. Gary McDermott opened the scoring after a lovely flicked pass from Jason Cowburn. The minutes later, Connor Evans did it himself, went around Goldman. Then he shot, deflected off the post and went in. That's all for the half. We'll join you after this halftime break here at Rockwell Automation Park. Hello and welcome back to Rockwell Automation Park. Charlestown have just retaken the field after a short half-time break. Down and 2-0 to the Bears here. They'll know that they need a big second half. South Cardiff obviously gaining some ground on them yesterday, defeating Lantern 2-1. Then of course Adamstown and Magic both ahead, so if they both happen to win, a loss for Charlestown would see 3 teams 2 points below them. And also Hamilton have a match this afternoon at 4:30 against the Newcastle Jets Youth. A loss here for Charlestown could see Hamilton go ahead of them with a draw or a win there. It was a very entertaining first half. Weston and Charlestown creating a lot of chances. Connor Evans was certainly a standout up here for us in the first half, looking extremely lively up the top. Created a few chances of his own and scored a goal, the second goal. Gaz, what did you make of the first half?
Yeah, agree with you there. Evans has been very prevalent in the front third. From Weston's point of view, they've looked to play long balls into Evans and Cowburn, and then try and play off the back of that by possession-based football in their half, knocking the ball around. For the second goal, it was a sequence of passes that led to the goal. So they're trying to obviously clear their area rather quickly and control possession in their end. For Charlestown, traditional Charlestown style of play, trying to look to play in Goodchild and Smith and then get some benefit from that. Josh Maguire's been busy in the midfield. I think you'll find that maybe Rennie Ferguson and Daniel Bird, they'll look to play with a bit of width in the second half. So I'm sure we're in for an interesting battle.
Evans again. Looks to create a chance.
Nice little layoff. Macbeth. Oh.
Connor Evans, we just said as the sides came back out, looked lively in the first half and then creates the half's first chance. Rob Macbeth driving that ball over the crossbar.
Yeah, good beautiful sign. Ball through there. Sorry, Blake, by Connor Evans after he beat a defender. Beautiful ball into Rob Macbeth's feet. And unfortunately, Macbeth's blasted it over the top, as you said. Probably had time to do a bit better with that shot. Unmarked. As Brock Oakley gives away a free kick near halfway.
Rennie Ferguson there with that volley. Tim Pratt didn't seem to be worried about it, but
did clip the side netting on the way through, Blake. So, as you said, Tim Pratt was unmoved, and I think it might have been a lot closer than what he envisaged it was going to be. I guess from Charlestown's perspective, Blake, they have Troy Herefield on the bench, former A-League player, most recently with the Central Coast Mariners. I'm sure Coach Shane Price would be looking to interject him into the game within the first 20 minutes if Charlestown don't get a goal back soon. So he can play in a variety of positions. Has played defensively and in an attacking role this year with Charlestown. So a man with his experience and reputation on the bench will sure be useful for Charlestown.
Guys, you were right there. his experience would be a big boost for the Blues. They need someone, maybe the introduction of him, someone else on the field now to really stand up for them, take the game under their wing and guide the side around. They've created a number of chances, but just haven't been able to beat Pratt. They'll be hoping for a lot better in the front third this second half. Bird now. Dispossessed by Liam Thornton. Jason Cowburn. Gets the ball back. Plays in Gary McDermott. Has Robbie Turnbull steaming in on the back stick. A good cross, but him and Turnbull not on the same page.
Yeah, I think Turnbull made his run on the inside there. Maybe if he elected to stay on the outside and make the run in behind the defender, would have got a bit more reward from it. But anyway, like you said, Blake, not on the same page. Currently have Scott Smith down injured.
Hughes looks long for Goodchild. Goodchild with a good turn. Looking for Scott Smith, but Brock Oakley clears.
Yeah, Kane Goodchild, clever skills there for a big man. Very good with the ball at his feet. Lovely turn. Tried to play in Smith. Weston's defence equal to the challenge. It's Charlestown play on through Maguire.
Maguire gets the ball back. Good play there by Charlestown. Got Maguire with the 1-2 with Scott Smith. Either side of Pratt, and you'd assume that would have been a goal. But Pratt did stand strong. Weston win themselves a foul now, just behind halfway.
Yeah, Pratt equal to there. Maguire shot it straight at him, but did open up there for him. Lovely interjection of play with Goodchild.
Harper looks long and finds Smith. Smith back to Goodchild, who looks for Bird but cleared by Liam Thornton. Charlestown winning themselves a throw in on that right hand side. Harper goes quick to Bird. Goodchild with the ball now. Loses the ball, then gives away a foul on Zach Snedden.
Just repeating for viewers who may have just joined us, the current scores in the other NPL fixtures today. Adamstown 1, lead Edgeworth 0, and Broadmeadow Magic 2, lead Lake Macquarie 0. Yesterday, South Cardiff 2 defeated Lambton Jeffers 1.
Back to the action here though, Gaz. Connor Evans has just got away in a good area, put it across him, but he's got the ball back. Just trips over his own feet, I think, there. Gaz, and now Charlestown will break. Bird now with the ball. Has Smith in front of him and plays Smith. Bird continues his run into the box. Ferguson and Goodchild also in there. Smith finds Goodchild, but he's touched just too far ahead of him.
Connor Evans is causing the Charlestown defence all sorts of problems, Blake. Coming out of the halftime break, you mentioned his presence in the first half, but since even 5 minutes into the second half, he's made 2 or 3 incisive runs already. The defence will need to keep a close eye on him in Ben Hughes predominantly. He's away again.
There he is with the ball inside the box.
Oh, great play. Evans is destroying Charlestown in the front third.
Robert Macbeth, sorry to cut you off there, Gaz. With that goal, Connor Evans, Gaz and I have been giving absolute raps since the halftime break, and he pulls through.
Yeah, much more composed finish that time by Rob Macbeth. Didn't try and put his foot through it. Side-footed it into the net. But Connor Evans causing all sorts of problems, as we just alluded to prior to that. Weston 3, Charlestown 0.
Just as Weston go up 3-0 here at Rockwell Automation Park at Macquarie Field, Broadmeadow have tripled their lead. Harper onto Bird. Bird back to Harper. Harper then on to Goodchild.
Got a change coming. Michael Ryan to come on for the Western side to replace Jason Cowburn. Like for like replacement. He will play in front of Connor Evans, or next to Connor Evans, in the 4-4-2 formation. Probably a wise move by Coach Piggott. Cowburn already on a yellow card. Bit of a heavy track, 3-0 lead. Weston have got the Newcastle Jets here in a trial game on Wednesday night, so probably saving Jason's legs. We're just adding to that update you gave, Blake Magic 3, Lake Macquarie 0. It was Scott Pettit the scorer after a Cooper error. So Magic 3, Lakes 0. So with yesterday's result to South Cardiff and that lead to Magic, it looks like the relegation battle is now between two. But that is dependent upon Adamstown's result today as well. They currently lead Edgeworth 1-0. Connor Evans is fouled there. Nathan Morris will step up and take this.
As you said, Gaz, Morris will step up and take this free kick from the left-hand side. Whips it into the box. Too easy for Prettybon though. Collects comfortably.
Sorry, Blake. No real power on that one by Morris. It was more a chip, hoping an attacker would run onto it as Charlestown break. Negated by Zach Snedden.
Good work there by Zach Snedden to keep the ball in. Weston looking extremely comfortable. And so they should be this season at Rockwell Automation Park. They've only lost one match. A real fortress out here for the Bears. That loss came back in round 8, the 25th of May. Against South Cardiff.
Daniel Bird very lucky here. Already on a yellow card. Fouled Liam Thornton, but it's just a warning.
We just saw Cowburn go off with that yellow card that he'd picked up earlier on in the match, so wouldn't be surprised if Shane Price might do the same with Daniel Bird.
Yeah, Troy Herfield can play on the right side of midfield. He played against Weston in that position in the first round and scored a great goal.
Connor Evans now runs onto a good ball by McBeath. Evans still with the ball now. Onto Snedden. Snedden looking for Turnbull or Oakley. Can't find either of them. Turnbull with the restart. Turnbull again with a good ball into the path of Gary McDermott. Evans now with the ball outside the 18-yard box. Has a strike with his left foot, but
shanked that a little bit.
Yeah, no power, Gaz, and drags it wide of the right post.
Just an update in the New FM First Division game. Maitland 2, lead Valentine 0. Joel Woods the scorer. Recent signing for Maitland, formerly with Edgeworth. So Maitland 2, Valentine 0 in the what is deemed to be the promotion game.
Ball just found its way under Robbie Turnbull's foot there, but it turned out to be somewhat of a good dummy for Weston. Turnbull whips in the cross. Mick Ryan with the shot, deflects off Harper. Prettyborn collects comfortably. Bird now travels about 40 yards with the ball at his feet. Then onto Goodchild. Goodchild out here to Ferguson. Ferguson with the cross at the back stick to Bird. Charlestown about to make their
Troy Herefield.
Second sub of the match.
It's Josh Maguire being replaced the captain. So I'm assuming Troy will play in the centre of the park in that attacking midfield role.
Replacement in the Charlestown City Blues side, number 10, Josh Maguire, and replacement number 9, Troy Herefield.
Herefield with his first touch. A good ball out into the path of Ferguson. Ferguson with a good ball into the box.
Yeah, great goal. Rennie Ferguson. Composed finish. Inspired change there by Shane Price, the coach.
Yep, a very good change.
Wonders.
Scott Smith it was with the finish.
Sorry, Blake. Yes, it was Scott Smith.
Herefield with his first touch of the match. Control the ball in the middle of the park and send it wide to Ferguson. Ferguson then found Scott Smith, as you said, an inspired change by Shane Price. That goal on the 61-minute mark makes the score here at Rockwell Automation Park. Weston 3, Charlestown 1.
Yeah, I think Scott Smith is Charlestown's all-time leading goal scorer from memory. So no surprise he's getting onto the score sheet again.
As you said earlier in the game, Gaz, last time these two sides met was in the match of the round. And I believe Weston came from behind 2 Nathan Morris penalties. Down 3-1, wasn't it, Gaz? And
yep, at about the same stage of the game. It was 2-0 to Charlestown at half-time. Got back to 3-1. And then 2 penalties within the last 20 minutes through Nathan Morris resulted in the 3-3 draw that occurred. So
Charlestown will be looking to do that to Weston themselves today. Is Bird on the ball now with a good run. Stood up by Zach Snedden. Plays it back to Herefield. Herefield to Hughes. Gets the ball back. Ross now. Onto Ferguson. Good ball into the box. Couldn't find a Charlestown player though. Hughes with the ball. Out to Bird. Bird did well to control that one, but cleared by Liam Thornton. Smith rises, but gives away a foul there inside the box. Pressure gone for Weston, as Pratt will restart with the free kick.
The goals definitely lifted Charlestown. Their intensity rates lifted, obviously, after being 3-0 down. Feeling a bit flat, but with Troy Heafield's injection into the game. And then the goal. Plenty of talk out there now by the Charlestown team. Great throw by Brock Oakley there.
Good vision there by number 9, Michael Ryan. Aware that you can't be offside in a throw-in. Just drifted in behind the Charlestown defence and Oakley found him. Charlestown now with the ball though, with Jared Ross. Has Ferguson in front of him. Smith and Goodchild in the box. Beats Turnbull. Then fouls Brock Oakley.
This will be a yellow card now to Rennie Ferguson.
Ross, that one was there, Gaz.
Sorry, Jared Ross.
Not happy with the decision after the foul and had something to say to the ref.
Apologies, viewers. They both got beards and both play on the same side of the park. So yes, but you're right, Blake. It was Jared Ross.
Pratt again restarts, going long. Heafield with the header on. Ferguson with the up and under. Oakley gives away the ball to Heafield. Carl Thornton onto Liam Thornton. Ball cleared there by Ben Hughes. Weston win a throw in. 66 minutes gone. Weston is still leading 3-1 here at Rockwell Automation Park. It's been an entertaining match of the round so far.
Yeah, very much so, Blake. First half dominated by Weston, although Charlestown had a few half chances. But then the second half's been, other than a 10-minute period at the start of the game where Weston were all over Charlestown, they've dominated the last 15 or so minutes. Obviously getting a goal since Troy's come onto the field. But their, as I said a minute ago, their intensity is now lifted tenfold. There's plenty of talk. They're right back into the match.
Weston now with the ball in a good position. Mick Ryan finds Turnbull, who good vision to make that overlapping run. Oakley now with the cross into the box. Troy Heafield does well to put the ball through the legs of Turnbull. Ross now. Jared Ross with the throw in. Intercepted by Robbie Turnbull. Heads it out for a throw in. Good child onto Smith. Smith with the shot, but blocked there by Morris.
He's offside here.
Yep.
Right in front of us, Blake. Good a call by the assistant.
More promising signs, though, of Evans and Weston's intent to attack. But here now, Charlestown had the ball inside the 18-yard box, but cleared by Zach Snedden.
Yeah, you're right there, Blake. Weston just looked to play that long ball in almost first time out of the back, playing in Evans or Ryan now, and then play off the back of that. But Charlestown, here they come.
Ferguson did well down there in that left corner and found Herefield. Bird then with a poor touch from Herefield's pass, but
Connor Evans back there doing a defensive role.
Weston
everywhere today.
Sorry, guys. Weston again up to the task, and then, as you said, looking for that long ball. But as you alluded to, Evans was back doing some defensive work, so didn't have his speed to run onto that ball. Scott Smith now with the ball outside the 18. A good shot, but deflected by Carl Thornton before it could make its way towards goal. Harper now with the throw-in. Back to Bird. Bird back to Harper. Back to Bird again. Poor cross.
Snedden. Yeah, poor pass there by Daniel Bird. Charlestown intensity, as I've alluded to, has happened. They're coming hard now. Scott Smith unlucky not to get something better out of a shot there a moment ago.
Turnbull now onto Oakley. Jared Ross with a poor pass. Does well to win the ball back, though, from Robbie Turnbull. Tull finds Ross. Ross inside to Tull. Cellini fouled there by Connor Evans. Charlestown seem to be lifting that intensity even a little bit more, Gaz.
Yeah, they realise this is the time for them. They'll need to get something out of the next 5 to 10 minute period. That almost occurred then.
Harper on the ball now. Forward to Bird. Bird can't get around Liam Thornton. Evans now to Liam Thornton. Just under 72 minutes played, and Charlestown are about to make a substitution with Josh Hall set to make his way into the game.
The last substitution by coach Shane Price was inspired, so we'll see what the substitution with Josh Hall coming on.
And Tull coming off. Hughes with the ball into the box. Smith rises. The header was on target, but no power again. Pratt immediately goes long. Evans, the only one forward.
Replacement the Charlestown City Blue side.
Good pressure there by Connor Evans. And Weston win a throw in.
And that's the end of Charlestown's substitutions for today, with the keeper being substituted in the first half. So the 11 on the park will need to do the job now, as Weston have a shy. Just broke down there. Goal kick to Charlestown.
Pretty Bond goes long. Weston come out with the ball though. Sneddon with a long ball. Doesn't find anyone.
One well there by Turnbull. Found Mick Ryan. He's turned it over though, with Troy Harefield on the attack.
Hall now.
Leaning back, taking the shot well over the bar.
Pratt with the restart. Long looking for Robbie Turnbull. Ferguson gets there first though. Morris on the ball now.
That'll be a free kick.
Fouled by Ferguson.
Oh, well flicked on by Ryan.
Good ball from Ryan out to Turnbull. Turnbull cuts inside. Good defence there by Salini, standing strong. Ross fouled by Robbie Turnbull there.
Just grabbed the shirt on the way through.
Herefield goes long looking for Bird. Can only find Liam Thornton though. McBeath, sorry.
Communication breaking down there between Macbeth and Ryan.
Connor Evans now. Charlestown win a throw in. 10 metres inside their own half. Bird goes back to Salini. Salini to Ben Hughes. Hughes onto Ross. Herefield now. Taken down by Gary McDermott. Connor Evans caught offside there after some good vision by Nathan Morris, spotted his run. It was an accurate ball as well.
Yeah, it was Blake. He probably didn't need to. Should have looked across the line there. Nice ball through. There's a chance to be one-on-one with the keeper, but not to be.
Scott Smith flicks that ball on to Goodchild. Carl Thornton, though, again, too strong. Both sides turning over possession there. Charlestown
Yeah, it's got a bit scrappy in the last 10 minutes. Charlestown, after that goal, as we said, lifted the intensity and were coming hard, but the game's deteriorated just a little bit in the last 5 to 10 minutes. Neither side can keep control of the ball.
Bird there with the attempted cross being deflected.
Chance here.
Scott Smith with a beautiful chance to double his side's total and go 3-2.
Yeah, great chance there by Scott Smith. Left foot. Normally does bury those, but pushed it over the bar. Good lead up there by Kane Goodchild again. Strong. Great with the ball at his feet.
Only 11 minutes remaining in the match, so you think the front two for Charlestown, along with Herefield, really need to stand up now and bring it home for their side if they're going to get anything out of this match.
Yeah, Charlestown haven't made any changes structurally wise out on the park at the moment. It's the same formation as what they've been playing with, but I'm sure if they don't score within the next few minutes, Shane Price will go with 3 at the back, perhaps.
Daniel Bird.
Daniel Bird has been sent off. Second yellow offence.
Clipped Robbie Turnbull, it looked like there, and picks up his second caution of the game, and not happy with himself. Understandably.
It's going to make it very hard now for Coach Shane Price to make any changes structurally.
You just said they might go to 3 at the back, but it's going to be very hard for them now if they're going to do so. It'll turn into somewhat of a 3-3-3 formation, which is dangerous. Weston have pace all over the park. Teams often, though, become inspired when going down to 10 men, so...
Yeah, we've seen that in the past. It definitely does happen.
Snedden now onto Turnbull. Turnbull into the path of Oakley. Short break in play here while Brock Oakley receives some treatment. Picked up a knock from Ferguson. He's a tough young lad, but I'd be surprised to see him leave the field.
Yeah, Weston have only made the one substitution so far, so does look like Jamie Subat, first run back from injury. In the first grade team, did play half a game in 22s prior to this fixture today, so Jamie's about to come on to replace by Zach Snedden. Formation change here will be Rob Macbeth will go to Snedden's midfield role and Subat will go to the left-hand side of midfield.
Replacement of the Western Workers Bear side, number 16, Zach Snedden, has been replacement of 11, Jamie Schubat.
Just after that substitution, we just see there Troy Hearfield producing an absolute cracker of a strike.
He hit that with some force.
Looked difficult from up here to see how far it missed by, but I can only imagine it would have been centimetres.
Didn't
Connected
very far at all, Blake.
Yeah.
I don't think Pratt would have saved it. So
connected with it very well.
either that or Timmy Pratt's a very good judge.
7 minutes left without injury time. You'd assume there might be 3 minutes of injury time, so 10 minutes roughly left.
This time it'll be a foul. Rennie Ferguson this time. I think the referee gave him the benefit of the doubt on the first one, but not the second.
As I was just saying, only 10 minutes to go. Charlestown really need to keep their heads here. Down to 10 men, and fouls like that are just going to slow down the game for them.
They have lost their composure a little bit in the last few minutes as Turnbull shoots and scores.
Yep, no way back now for Charlestown. Robbie Turnbull, just 6 minutes left in normal time. The cracking strike with his left boot puts the Bears ahead 4-1 here at Rockwell Automation Park in the round 16 match of the round. Gaz.
Yeah, great play from the free kick. Found Turnbull. Robbie did very well there. Got it on his left foot. Found the near post of Prettybon and finished superbly. As you said, Blake, that's all she wrote for Charlestown now. As the goal scorer gets replaced by Jake Barner.
Not a bad last kick of the game, is it, Gaz?
Nice way to finish.
Jake Barner looks to be going out to the left, and
yeah, he's a left foot player, Blake, so he'll go to the left and Subat will come across to the right. I just want to pick up on a point you just made, Blake, about Charlestown's discipline. That's probably what's cost them. They did play with intensity there for a short period after when Troy Hearfield come on and after they scored, but that intensity then went to ill-discipline, and that's cost them dearly, particularly in that instance with the goal coming from the free kick. But they've given away a number of free kicks in the last 10 minutes. Player sent off. So they just need to keep their heads. Well, they could be down another man. But this result for Weston today will put them to second place on the ladder on 28 points, bearing in mind that both the Newcastle Jets and the Hamilton Olympic clash in first grade will happen at 4:30 this afternoon. But they won't lose that second spot. They'll remain in second spot. So the battle for the premiership is also on, Blake. We alluded to the top five, but big game for Hamilton and the Jets this afternoon, with the Jets to play both Lambton and Weston in the last 2 weeks of the competition. Maybe those three clubs are fighting out for the premiership.
Yeah, if Weston can knock off South Cardiff next week, you'd assume that last match between the Bears and the Jets may be for the premiership.
Yeah, especially if Hamilton can get a result against them today. That'll make it all very, very interesting in the last few rounds. Just in the new FM First Division, Maitland 2 have defeated Valentine 0. Putting them now in pole position to be the promoted club for the NPL in 2015. They now go to 48 points on that ladder Valentine will remain on 45. So, bearing a slip up from Maitland, they are in pole position to be promoted.
Back to the action here. Ferguson just got in behind the defence and got a shot away. Not much power on it though. Jamie Subat resumes. Foul there by Kane Goodchild.
Yellow now to Kane Goodchild.
As you see there on your screens, headed shot by Goodchild, saved by Pratt. Back to the action. Morris on to meet Beth. Out wide to Liam Thornton. Has space in front of him. Plays a 1-2 with Jake Barner. Gives it back to him with a perfect ball.
Oh, well done by Barner. Oh!
Barner cut inside from that left-hand side and whipped in a good shot. Saved though.
Just an updated score from Jack McLaughlin Field at Edgeworth. It is now 1-1 in that game. 1-1 between Edgeworth and Adamstown, nearing full time.
With 90 minutes gone here in the round 16 match of the round, Weston and Charlestown enter stoppage time with Weston ahead 4-1. Charlestown won't give up though. Goal difference could be a factor come the back end of the season with all the sides as close as they are, so they'll push on and search for a second. Ross with that cross into the box, cleared by Macbeth.
Corner here for Charlestown. As you said, Blake looking for a consolation.
A good corner, and you see there, Hall knocked the ball back across the box. No one there though to capitalise and put the ball into the back of the net. Michael Ryan now with the ball. Foul by Salini. Subat thought of going long, but he'll turn and knock it short to Morris. Morris wide to Liam Thornton. Jake Barner now with the ball. Good defending there by Harper. McDermott back to Carl Thornton. On to Morris. Carl Thornton onto brother Liam. Good ball there by McDermott. Looking for Barner, but
yeah, just ran away too far. Evans putting pressure on Predibon there. Free kick there.
Yep, Cameron Cellini there giving away that free kick, and Morris looks as though he'll be coming up to take this one. Wouldn't think he'd want to shoot from this area. A whipped cross will most probably follow.
I would envisage that would happen, Blake. Plenty of artillery at the back stick.
Here he goes. Maybe one of the last plays of the day. A good cross in. Yeah,
That is the last play of the day, Blake. Well called.
Liam Thornton, the ball just went under his foot there, and the referee blows full time here. The round 16 National Premier League match of the round. Weston have defeated Charlestown 4-1. Weston opened the scoring early in the first half through McDermott, Gary McDermott. Then Connor Evans made it 2-0 going into half-time. After the half-time break, Macbeth was set up by Evans. Then Turnbull made it 4. Obviously, Charlestown got one as well through Scott Smith. But it was all about Weston today, Gaz.
Yeah, great game by the Bears. A change in tactics somewhat, with them, as we've alluded throughout the call, playing a long ball through the attackers in the front third, and then playing off the back of that. And each of the 4 goals came from that initially. So whether it was something that Coach Pickett saw in the Charlestown side, a weakness, but well coached. Connor Evans outstanding. He worked hard in attack and created numerous opportunities, but also came back and done his defensive duties. I thought all the Western side was solid today. Carl Thornton, a rock at the back as he normally is. For Charlestown, lacked intensity, I thought, in the first half. That intensity lifted when they did score the goal, but in the end, not enough. Scott Smith and Kane Goodchild, the keys, tried their best, but a good win to Weston, putting them in a good position. I'll just cover off on the ladder before we close. As it stands at the moment, bearing in mind that both Edgeworth and Hamilton will play at 4:30 this afternoon. Sorry, my apologies, that is Newcastle Jets and Hamilton. We'll have Newcastle Jets on 29, Lambton Jaffers on 27. Weston will jump them and go to second on 28. Edgeworth, if the game remains at 1-1 at Jack McLaughlin Field, will be on 24. Hamilton Olympic with that game in hand on 22. Charlestown City Blues on 22. Broadmeadow Magic 20. South Cardiff 20. Adamstown, if the game stays at 1-1, will go to 18. And Lake Macquarie 11. If that does happen, that unfortunately means for Lake Macquarie they will be relegated. And as we alluded to in the call, Maitland sit in the pole position with 4 rounds to go in the new FM competition to be the side to be promoted. It is now full time at Lake Macquarie with Broadmeadow 3 defeating Lakes 0. So that result is confirmed. I'll just hand back to you, Blake, and if we get a result before we close, I'll let you know.
Just looking forward to the round 17 fixtures. It's going to be an interesting weekend next round. Bar TV will bring to you the Newcastle Jets youth taking on Lambton Jaffers. That's at Arthur Eden Oval. All the matches are going to be played on Sunday. The other 4 fixtures are as follows. Adamstown Rosebuds will take on Hamilton Olympic. Charlestown, the losers of today's match of the round, will take on Lake Macquarie. Broadmeadow will host Edgeworth at Magic Park. And today's winners, Weston, will travel to Ulinga Oval to take on the Gunners.
Yeah, mate, great interesting round next week. You got the Newcastle Jets who will remain leaders despite that later result this afternoon against third place Lambton Jaffers. And then the following week, Western Workers will take on Newcastle Jets. So, as we pointed out in the call, fair chance that one of those 3 sides, and with them playing each other, the premiership may be decided in the next 2 weeks between those 3 teams. So, for the others remaining, Edgeworth sit comfortably if that result remains the same on 24, but then there's a group of teams with Hamilton currently on 22 depending on today's result, and Charlestown on 22, and then Magic and Southie just behind them on 20. So a real battle for the top 5 in those positions as well. So we'll sign off for today. I'll hand back to Blake, and we'll see you live on Bar TV next Saturday afternoon for the clash between Lambton and the Newcastle Jets.
Yeah, thank you for watching. Thanks, Gaz, again. Pleasure as always. Weston have defeated Charlestown 4-1 here in the round 16 match of the round, and we will see you next week.